Good morning, everyone. This is the MuleSoft demo session 1. We are going to discuss now. MuleSoft session 1. So before going to start, just recap of the last session. So what we have discussed, okay? Recap of the session 1. Recap of the session. So what is the MuleSoft? Can someone tell me? Any idea? Just a few points. What is the MuleSoft?
So
Guys, you can hear my voice, right?
yes, Srinath.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
MuleSoft is an integration platform.
Yeah. Good. So the very first point, what you can say is it is an integration platform. And another point we can say is it is a Salesforce company. And by using MuleSoft, we can create new APIs and we can reuse the existing APIs. By using MuleSoft, we can connect any applications in the sense like databases, Salesforce. I want to connect with AWS. I want to connect with HTTPs. I want to connect with MQs. So you can connect with any framework. Okay. You can connect with any framework. Okay. These are the few points. Okay. These are the few points. We can write many more. So one more point is it is an API management platform. So that's why we are going to say is it is an one-stop place. Okay. So this is about Mule. Sorry. The next thing. So what we have discussed? What is an integration? What is an integration? The integration is nothing but communication between any two or more known as integration. So this is a general definition. Again, we have a technical definition that we have discussed. Okay. The technology, if you want to transport and transform the data between any two known as integration. Okay, so the best example I'll show you for an integration. Okay, let me write first. Next, what is an API? API is nothing but application programming
interface.
Correct. It is used to communicate or exchange the data between two systems or two applications. Okay, so here we have the main point. Here we have client and server. So client will send the request to the server, server will send back the response to client. Okay, good. Next, which we have discussed.
Actually, the message will be sending in which format?
That can be any format, HTML format, XML format, JSON format, normal string also. Yeah, that can be anything.
Okay.
Yeah, going forward classes, you will get to know how just basic things. Next, the very, very important thing, life cycle of an API. So what are the things it is required? It is a 3D platform. So first thing is design, develop, and deploy. For design, what we are using here, AnypointPlatform. For development,
Anypoint Studio.
correct, Anypoint Studio. For deployment, Cloud Hub. Okay, this is very, very important. See, whatever I'm typing right side, so everything, so which you are able to see in my screen. So all these are basics and very, very important. Okay, next thing, softwares required. So what are the softwares it is required to build an MuleSoft application? So first thing is AnypointPlatform. So again, the answer is there in above. Next, Anypoint Studio. So whatever we have developed, we need to test, right? So for this, we are going to use Postman. Okay. So these are the key points which we have discussed in yesterday's class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about in detail more on API. So I'm going to show you something before that, integration, right? So integration, just open PhonePe. So if you observe here, there are many apps. See, mobile recharge is there, DTH is there, Okay, it is keep on scrolling. Swiggy is there, Domino's is there. Okay, see, these are all different vendors and different types. So what we are doing here, just taking those all the apps and keeping it in a single place. Okay, this is called an integration. So we are integrating all those things, electricity and credit card payment and loan payments. So these apps, okay. So this is called an integration. And here, everything it is going behind on APIs, okay, APIs. So that's why we need to concentrate more on APIs. Let me take the annotation. So yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to type something over here. Just observe. So automatically the results were displayed. So just take this URL. Just take this URL. I'm going into the Postman. So here, if you observe here, this is our API. This is our API, and here we are passing the parameter as a bus, and I'm going to request, and it is giving some results over here. And what is the status code? So based on status codes, every API will return always status codes. Okay, status codes are very important. Okay, we'll see one by one. I'll take this URL. So we can call it as URL or endpoint. Okay, endpoint. So here, if you observe, up to sorry, up to .com, right? Okay, this is, we are going to call it as base URI. Base URI. Next, we have a search over here, right? Search and question mark. Okay, what is search here? Okay, so search is like resource path. So here search is resource path. So again, so what we are requesting, so we are requesting q equal to bus. Okay, so that is our input, right? Okay, q question mark q equal to bus. This is one of the input parameter. Okay, input parameter. What is this input parameter? If it is q is there, we can call it as query parameters. Okay, query parameters. I'm going to discuss, okay, how many ways we can pass the input also, just to understand this URL itself. Okay, request. So before this, so how we are passing? So what is the method we are passing?
Class నాకు ఇది ఉంది.
Guys, please go on mute. Okay, fine. It's a request here. So what is the method we are using? So if you go to Postman, so this is called method. So here we can see get, post, put, patch, and delete, right? Okay, what is the method we are using? Method we are using is get method. So what is the response? What is the response we got? See, this is an HTML kind of data. So okay, this is an HTML kind of data which we got it from this. There's a response. We can call it as output. So this is an HTML format now. This is an HTML format. So what is the HTTP status codes? What is the HTTP status? What is the HTTP status code? Which we got it 200. 200. This URI resource path. Okay, just try to correlate with this example, guys. Okay, this is very, very important. So in order to build any API, in order to design any API, these are the things, these are the key points. Okay, these are the key points, very, very important. These are the key point, very, very important. So that's why I took this one as an example. So here, if you see this one, this is a base URI and resource path, method name, request and response, and HTTP status codes. Okay, I'll go to another example. Another example. I want to book any train or something. Okay. So here, if you observe, okay. So later on, if I'm going to ask you guys, okay, so here, what is the base URI? Okay, you guys have to tell. Okay. So this is an base URL. So here, there is no resource path, but directly we are passing as an input over here. So after question mark, right? Okay. This is the query parameter. So each and every click in backend, there is an API. Okay. Backend, there is an API. Now I'm going to take this URL. See, after clicking this URL, the results were displayed, right? Okay, just go here. Go to Postman. And copy this one. Okay, just send it. Okay, I think I copied wrong one. 1 minute. So copy. Okay, there is some issue with this. Okay, it's automatically decrypting. Okay, so I'll go with another example. So I'm going to the red bus tickets. From Bangalore to Hyderabad. If I'm going to search here, right? Okay. Now I'm not going to keep this URL in a Postman. Just you guys can understand. So here up to redbus.in is a base URI. Okay, base URI. Here bus tickets, Bangalore to Hyderabad is in a resource path. Resource path always starts with the slash. Okay, and then this is a query parameter. This is a query parameter. If it is a question mark is there, then that is the query parameter. That is the query parameter. Query parameter from city name is a Bangalore. Then again, there is another parameter from city ID and city country ID and city name. So here it is automatically adding the values, these query parameters. Now we can go to Postman and see. Okay. So how many parameters we are passing so that you can easily understand. Okay. To city. The screen is here. Okay. Destination country. Onwards, OPID, bus type. Okay. These are the parameters we are passing. Okay. Again, from city ID, source country. So here, how many ways we can pass an input? So one is a query parameter. Another one is URI parameters. Okay. I'm going to explain that one. So, okay. Next one is body. Inside the body, here also we can pass the inputs. City colon Bangalore. Something like this. Okay. Then again, by using headers also, we can pass to the input. So this is an important question. How many ways we can pass data to a API? Okay, there are 4 ways always. Okay, again, coming back here. So whatever the API in a real time, these are the real-time APIs, guys. Okay, these are the real-time APIs. So whenever you want to develop or design an API, these are the things it is required. So that's why. So what are the key points over here? It's a base URI and resource path, method, request and response, and HTTP status codes. So we'll talk about one by one. So base URI. Okay. So what is the use of this base URI? Base URI is something like I want to build my own app. I need to provide some URL, right? Suppose I need to develop website for my institute, something like this. Okay, VITechTalks.com. Okay. So this is my base URL. So here again, what is the resource path? Resource path is something like the person want to register for any course. The register is student. Then I'll go with this like, okay, register. Then what is the method we need to use for register? So for register, I need to use post method. I'll tell you all the methods, okay? Just I'm telling, okay, method. So what is the request he can pass? So the request he can pass it in JSON format or query parameters with the body. So body JSON, or else what you can say is I will go with the query parameters only. Query parameters. What are things required? Name, city, address, course. Next, request is done. What is the response I need to provide? So once the user is successfully registered, right? Okay, I need to put one message. Okay, I need to put one message, success message. You can give success message. So what is the HTTP status codes? I can provide HTTP status codes as 200, 404, or 500. Okay, we'll talk about one by one. So this is a base URI. Okay, I hope this is a clear. So this is a custom URL. We need to keep it here. And this is a resource path. This is also based on our requirement and functionality. We are going to keep it. So what are the methods? What are the methods we have? Coming to this one, again, what are the methods we have? So the main thing is post. Sorry, first I will go with get. Get, post, put, patch, and delete. Delete. Even if you go to Postman, here you can see get, post, put, patch, and delete. Okay, up to this one is important. Okay, up to this one. Okay, get, post, put, patch, and delete. This is very, very important, guys. Just concentrate on this one. When we will use get, when we will use, in order to fetch or retrieve, fetch or retrieve the data, fetch or retrieve the data, we are going to use get. So for this get, we can use any browser to test, or it will help us. Okay, it will help us to use get method. See, whatever we are using, whatever, you can go to Google, or you can go to Google, you are going to type something. Okay, this is a get method. Again, I'm going to click something. Again, this is a get method. I'm going to type something, click buzz. Okay, again I'm clicking. So this is a get method. So that's why we can able to see all the responses over here in a Postman. See, I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to post it in a Postman, just clicking. See, here you can see 200. Here you can see 200. Okay, I'm going to change the method. Instead of get, I'm going to keep it as post. Now we can observe. See, 403 forbidden. 403 forbidden. See, whatever the URLs, it is working in a web. So those are all get methods. Those are all get method. Even you are going to log in into Facebook, that is get method only. Okay, that is get method only. So whatever the website it is showing, so all the get methods can support. I want to test one API, so I don't have Postman. If that is a get method, you can go to browser and you can test. It's not required to use Postman for get methods. Only for get method, guys. Only for get methods. For get methods, any browser will support. This is also very, very important. Next, when you are going to do a post, see the name itself, it is there. Just you need to concentrate. Get. I need to fetch some value. I need to retrieve the data. So that time I need to use get. Post. The name itself, it is there. You need to insert or save any data. You need to use post method. The example is sign up. Sign up or register page. Okay. So I want to log in with a Facebook. There is one form it will display. There what you need to do, you need to fill your details. So that time, whenever you are going to save, right, in backend, there we are using as a post method. Post method. Next, put method. When to use put? So put is something like to update the existing records. We are going to use put. Next, patch. Patch also for update only, but instead of going to update entire record, single value, to update single value, to update any single value, we are going to use patch. We are going to use a patch. Single value from existing record. Put patch. Next, delete. So the name itself it is there. So I want to delete some record. To delete and record. To delete record, we are going to use delete method. Okay, these methods are very important. These methods are very important. So these are the basics, even though, but it's very important. So when to use get, when to use post, when to use put, when to use patch, when to use delete. Okay. The base thing is this one. Okay. So base URI, resource path, method, request and response, and HTTP status codes. Okay. Now we have discussed up to methods, right? Okay. Now again, coming to the request part. So request is nothing but we are giving as an input, passing as a input parameters. Okay, request is nothing but input. So how many ways we can pass as an input? So there are mainly four ways. So first one is query parameters. So how query parameters we can recognize? So there you can see question mark. Okay, question mark will be there always. Question mark. Then I want to search something q equal to some value. Okay, so this is an example query parameter. Next, URI parameters. So how we can recognize URI parameters means, so there is a slash and there is an flower braces. Okay, there is no question mark here. So this is called URI parameters. Next, the third one is body. Next, the third one is body. So how we can recognize this? Okay, so through body. So here you can see the option through body. There is a raw. So here you can pass any type. You can pass text. You can pass as a JavaScript format, JSON format, HTML, XML. Okay. Just I'm going to give an example. Just that's it. Okay. So through body we can pass. Next, fourth one is headers. Headers also we can pass. Here I need to pass some client ID and client secret. Okay, this we can use. This is like similar to query parameters only, but this is a little bit different. Okay, so this is how we can pass the parameters. So next, what is an important thing? HTTP status codes. So why this HTTP status codes are very important means it is HTTP status codes. So why these are very important? Okay, so whenever you are going to send a request to the API, so it will give some response. So we are not able to understand. So what is this response and why we need to use? So that is the reason. Just the design. So what we have decided is, okay, based on status codes, we can easily recognize whether the API is run successfully or not. So here you can see HTTP status codes. So there is some series, 1 series, 2 series, 3 series, 4 series, and 5 series. Okay. So here, most important status codes are 200. 200 it is an okay. Okay, there are no errors. 201, when you are going to use post, right? So 201 is created. Okay, 202 accepted, something like this. Okay, 204 no content. 204 no content. Again, coming to redirection. Okay, these are the 300s. Okay, these are 300. So mostly you will get 200, 201, and 204. And coming to client errors, 400 bad request, 404 not found. If you need any payment required, 402, 405 method not allowed, 405 method not allowed. So method not allowed is nothing but, suppose here I'm going to use, instead of get, if I'm going to use patch or something, then it will show as method not allowed. 409 conflicts, and 429 many, 429 too many requests. Okay, so just go through it. The basic HTTP status codes, just we need to remember. It's like up to 5 to 10. Okay, 5 to 10, that's it. Okay, so HTTP status code will decide the API status. Either it is a success or failure. Okay, this is very, very important, guys. Okay, it's a simple topic, but it's a very, very important. So most of the guys know this thing, but so I'm going to teach in a very beginner's way. Okay, very beginner's way. So this is very, very important. So what are the things it is required in order to build an API? So we need to have base URI. So this is an optional, but anyway, resource path, method name, request, response, and HTTP status codes. And the methods get, post, put, patch, delete. Okay, so when to use get, when to use post, when to use put. Okay, this is also very important question for in interviews. Okay, this you have to remember. Okay, coming to the slides. So this is what I have explained. API specification. You know about resource path. Provide an unique name for path. Okay, so these are the methods we have available. Get, post, put, patch, delete. The request parameters, input parameters like body, header, query, and URI parameters. The response, it will be an anything. It will be a string, data, JSON, or HTML. The HTTP status codes, 100, 200, something. Okay, these are the status codes. It will be available, and it will give the response back. How many ways we can pass the data to API? So this also we have discussed: body, header, query parameters, and URI parameters. Next, let's enter into a design. So why do we need to design? Why do we need to design first? You need to construct a home. Why do we need to design? Without design, what will happen? Okay, so is it mandatory to design a plan? Okay, for a house construction. I'm going to give some examples. Like, okay, suppose I want to construct a home. I don't have any plan. I mean, I have some plan, but I didn't make any plan. I didn't draw anything. And the builder is asking, okay, what is your plan? Okay, I will say like, okay, I need 2 bedrooms. I need 1 kitchen or something like that. That's it. In a words, just I'm telling. I didn't give any blueprint. Okay, so again, I will explain instead of going words. Building plan. So instead of going to give this type of plan, instead of going to give this type of plan, just I said my words. Okay, I said my own words, and after that, what will happen? So he will construct in his own way. Later point of time, I'm not satisfying with. So whatever the construction it is happened. So that is a waste of time and waste of money, right? So the same thing here also, without API design, so design is nothing but it's like just a blueprint. See, this is a blueprint. It is not a home, but it is an home. Okay. So what we will do in design, we will create this type of plan. In actual development, we are going to build an app. Okay. Just correlate with that one. Okay. Next, coming to design. So without design, can't we develop any apps? Yes, we can do. But what is the importance of design? Okay. What is important of design? It's a API specification. See, we can call it as design or we can call it as API specification. Okay, we can call it as API specification. So the API specification is used to tell developers how an API behaves. Okay, so we are going to see. I'm a designer. I'm going to give an API to you. So what you guys will do, right? Okay, so based on seeing my design, you can understand. Okay, how many get methods I need to keep, how many put methods I need to keep. Okay, API behaves, how an API behaves, and how an API integrate with external systems. Okay, this is like just design. So by seeing the pictorial design or documentation, we can easily correlate with that. Okay, so what I need to do? So the best example of common API specification languages are there are two. We have a RAML as well as an Swagger. Okay, OAS, Open API Specification. Okay, RAML and OAS. But earlier we used to use OAS, but now the trend is in like what we are going to use in RAML. I will show you both. Okay, what is OAS and what is RAML. I'll show you one best example per API documentation or API specification. Swagger. See, this is my documentation. Okay, this is my documentation for pet store, suppose. So you want to store some pet IDs and you want to get some pet images or something like this. Okay, by seeing this one, you can able to understand, okay, how many get methods we have used, how many put methods we have used, okay, and how many post methods we have used. Okay, I'm going to take user one. So here I want to create my user. Just you can observe. So if I want to create my user, then we need to use post method. So that's why this is a documentation, guys. Okay, this is a documentation. So by seeing this one, okay, you have developed something and you have given the API to testers or end user. End user is nothing but client here. Okay, we have given our API to customer. So without giving this document, so what he can understand? So how we will correlate with, so what are the input parameters he need to pass? So that is the reason the documentation. So this is correct. The design is very, very important. So by seeing this design, so he can able to understand, or we can able to understand, okay, this is a post method. This is a post method. In the body, I need to pass ID, username, first name, last name, email, password, phone, user status. So this is how it will be easy. It's like time saving as well as going forward in a project, right? Suppose you want to add a fields, no need to do any researches, okay, or any analysis. So that's why it will help us. So this is a documentation, just documentation. This is like a blueprint. It's not actual development. Okay, the user can able to understand, okay, there is a method, I can pass this values. Okay, the next one. See here you can see post is there, get is there, put is there, delete is there, get is there again. Okay, again I want to log in. I want to create a login page. So there we need an API. So here get is the method, user and login. These are the resource paths. Okay, this is the resource path. And what are the parameters we are passing? Username, password. So what is the response? What is the response you will get? 200. Sometimes you may get 400. Okay. So what are the possible response codes you will get? Just we will keep it. Okay. Just try to design this API now. Okay. Just we'll try to design this API by using grammar. So this is a Swagger, guys. This is Swagger again. Okay. This is Swagger. But both are same only. Okay. So here, what are things it is required? So just we'll go to there. So that's why API specification is very, very important. Okay, next sign up into AnypointPlatform. Okay, I want to design my own API. I want to design one API for user login. Okay, for user login. So for designing, what we need to do? AnypointPlatform. Where we will do design AnypointPlatform. Okay, just click on this one. Go to Google and type AnypointPlatform login. Click on sign up. Click on sign up. So here, how to create an account? Just click on sign up over here. My name, I'm going to keep it as, my email ID. It is cool 21. So instead of this, I'm going to keep my name. So this can be anything, guys. So okay, based on this, you can create. Just go to Google and type AnypointPlatform login. Your phone number. Your company. The username which you want to log in with this. Okay. It is cool 05. This is my username and password. So here again API, guys. So when you are going to accept and create account, right? So backend there is an API. Okay. Just you can give these details. Accept and create. See, my account got created. So okay, now good morning ViTech. Welcome to the #1 platform of APIs and integrations. Okay, we'll talk about these options later. Okay. First, I want to design my API. So after creating an account, here we have some options. Design center, start designing. Okay, start designing. So here, if you want, you can download Anypoint Studio also here. And there is another method also. Again, if you see left side, right, there are 3 bars over here. If you click this one, here also we have an option. Here also we have an option. Design center. Design center. So in order to create, in order to build, or in order to design any API, we need to log in into AnypointPlatform. AnypointPlatform. If you don't have account, then you can create an account. Come here and design center. Design center. I want to create an API. Just click on create, new API specification. New API specification. So I want to create an API for user login. Okay, user login. So here it's a project name. Here you can see, right? RAML 1.0, RAML 0.8, Open API specification. So which we have discussed earlier, right? Like external Swagger documentation. So now we are going to use it as, so if you want, you can use OS as also. So this OS also will have the same kind of coding, okay? Coding in the sense, okay, the same kind of options will come, so that I'm going to tell it later, okay? But anyway, so we are not going to use rest of the options. We are going to use RAML. RAML is nothing but RESTful API modeling language. RESTful API modeling language. So okay, just click on this RAML, create an API. So this is just a name, okay? This is just a name. So title. So once you create an API, it will come like this, okay? So now here it will show the options, okay? It will show an options. Here you can see base URI. Okay, just click on this base URI. So user login. Next. I want to keep some version over here. Okay, anyway, I'll remove this. Just version, go with the version. So here base URI automatically it will get generated. If you want, we can change it. Otherwise, no need to do. So just we'll go with the version. So version, it is required like, okay, V1. So V1 is my version. So next. So what are the important things? Resource path, method, request, response, and HTTP status codes. Okay. So what is the response? Sorry, what is the resource path? So I want to do a login page. So this is a login page. So I'm going to give as a login and semicolon and just give enter. See what is happening here in the self. So the automatically the options are coming. So what we need to select? So for login, it is going to fetch the data, right? I'm going to use get method. So again, what are the parameters I need to pass? Query parameters. So what is the first parameter? Username is my first parameter. So what is this type? Query parameter, right? Okay, what is this type? So username is string. Either it is required. So this option also here it is available. Okay, required true. So that means it is not an optional. So what is the minimum length? See, minimum length of username. So at least 3 characters should be there. Next enter. Maximum length at least 7 characters or 10 characters. So one parameter is fine. Okay, next I want to fill another parameter. Just give one backspace here. So this is called indentation. So we need to follow some indentation. So again, username. After that, what I need to do? Password. So for password, if you come down, so what is the type? So the type is string. The type is string. Is it required? Yes. The password also it is required. Just see true. See, I'm not going to type most of the things. Just observe here. Next, minimum length. The maximum length. Okay, this is my input. This is my request. Okay, query parameters I'm giving. See, resource path is done, method is done. Next, query parameters, request is done. Then what next? After query parameters, so the same line, query parameters. If you place the cursor, here you can see responses. Okay, responses. So what is the first response I need to keep? 200. I want to keep as a body or description. Okay, I'm going to go with the description. So after description, okay. Successfully login. Next, what are the possible status codes? 404. Again, description. Not found, or resource path is not correct. Okay. Again, come back over here. Just go with another status code. So that is depends on our requirement. So even if you keep only 200, so that is also fine. Then 500 description. See, internal server error. Internal server error. Okay. Now my API design is done. So if you see, it's in the right side. Okay. If you see it in the right side, this is a documentation. Here you can see login. There is one endpoint. Get is okay. Get is a method. Just I'm going to click this one. Just save it. Control S. If you see, if I give this documentation with anyone, okay, so they can easily understand, okay, what are the query parameters? See, username is my query parameter. Password is my query parameter. Minimum characters I need to pass is 3. Maximum I need to keep 10. Okay. So what are the responses it will give? 200, 400, 500. Okay. So if they want to try it, right? Okay, they can try it. See the base URI, it is automatically generating over here. Okay, the base URI is automatically generating. Just give try it. So without giving any data, just click on send. See 400 bad request. So that means we are not passing any values. Okay, I'll type something. Where it is cool. Here password, some characters. Okay. Next, click on send. So 200, it is a okay. But why it is not giving any response? Okay, 200. Okay, description and example. Okay, I'm using it. So these options are not coming right. Okay, 200. Just give an enter. Okay, I'll go with the responses body. I want the responses in a JSON format. Click application.json. Now you can go with the example. So what is the result? What is the result? We have to keep. Okay, resulted as a success. So still I need to pass some values. So here you can see, so the result is success. Okay, the result is success. Suppose I want to use this API in outside. Okay, I want to use this outside. Okay, what you can do, just click on this one, mocking service configuration. It's in the right side. Make it as a public. Make it as a public. So now this link, I can copy it from here. Just copy and go to Postman. So what is the method? That is get method only. Okay. Just type it here. So what is the resource path? What is the resource path which we have given? Login. The resource path which we have given as a login. Again, go to documentation. So what are the parameters we need to pass? Username and password. So go to forms, query parameters, username, password, ViTech. So the password which I have given as this one. Okay. Just try to invoke here. Okay. Just try to request. See, the outside also I can access. Okay. The outside also I can access, not only inside in any point platform. This is how we can test. So this is one API design. Okay. This is just design. This is just design. Okay. Now you may get a doubt. Okay. The design is done. What is the next step? So once the design is done, next thing is development only. Okay. Next thing is development. So that this design also, so most of the things will come in a self. Okay. Self. So you have to know the basic things. What is the resource path? What is the get methods? Sorry, what type of method we need to use? What are the input methods we need to pass? Okay. So these are the things you have to know. So next thing is I'm going to publish this now. So okay, I will tell you what is Exchange and where to publish. Okay. So if you publish this any APIs, so anyone can access from outside. Or I want to access from my Anypoint Studio, I can access this one and I can build an API. See, by using this design, so not only to prepare a document, guys, okay, not only to prepare a document and the user understandable things. So what we can do is we can develop our API. By using our RAML. Okay, I'm going to create a new. So yesterday what we have done, okay, we did a drag and drop, right? Okay, now you can see, go to file, new Mule project, demo 2. Okay, here is a package explorer. It's a right side, it's in Mule palette. It's a console. So here you can do drag and drop. Okay, now I'm not going to do any drag and drop. So here I'm going to export my RAML to develop an API. Okay, give right click. See here, there is an option, AnypointPlatform. Download RAML from Design Center. Just click on that one. Okay, this is another user. Add account. Just you can log in with your username. password. So what is our project name? So this is an user login. It is loading now. See, automatically, see, I didn't do any drag and drop. So that's why the design is very, very important. See, by seeing the design, see, you can crack your interview question now itself. Okay, see. So what is the importance of design? You can tell, okay, so by seeing the API specification, the user or end user can able to understand what are the endpoints and what is the project specification it is available. And next thing is we can easily develop our application. Okay, so here you can see if you go to source main resources API, see this raml. So whatever we have designed, that is automatically came here. Okay, next again go here, see automatically the flows are generated. So we didn't do anything. So if you want, you can test this one. Okay, so this is how the raml will help us. Okay, this is how the raml will help us. So tomorrow onwards, okay, so what you guys need to do, you guys need to create, so the task, create an account, create an AnyPoint platform. Again, what is account? Okay, AnyPoint platform account, design the same API. Okay, design the user login API, and test it and do testing. Then send the link to my email. Okay, send the link to my email. So my email ID is, you guys have already made it. It is school21@gmail.com. Just go through once again today's class. Okay, you will get the recording in after 1 hour. Okay, after 1 hour you will get the recordings. So you have to create an AnyPoint platform account. You have to design one API. You have to test it. You have to test. See, for testing and all, you can use what you can use. You can use browser itself. So no need to download any Postman also. What you can do, you can go here and you can type up, but you have to type this one, login username ViTech password. Okay, I'm going to type this one. See, my API is successfully designed. Okay, it is giving success response. So the same way you guys have to do this.